Hi there and welcome to Pasolivo's Kitchen Cuisine Tasting Bar Edition. A lot of you have purchased the bundles beforehand and are joining us to do an actual tasting today. And I'm very excited to be tasting along with you. So I'm gonna go over the products that we have today, and then we'll go through a little bit of how to taste. At any time, if you have questions, fire them off at me. I love questions. I miss the back and forth of having people in the tasting room, so it's on you guys to ask questions, try to stump me, and think about recipes and all that sort of stuff. Okay, so what was in the bundle was the Cucina extra virgin olive oil, the lemon olive oil, a favorite. We've got the sparkling citrus vinegar and the Blackberry Balsamic as these guys. And for the seasonings, we have our spring blend and our lemon pepper. So that was what was in the bundle. That is what you're probably opening up right now. We're giving you about 5 minutes prep time. So I'll go through possible vessels to use for tasting. Not everybody has the little tasting cups that we have in the tasting room. So what you can use is wine glass. I know you guys have wine glasses at home, don't say you don't. A wine glass works beautifully. Just a regular juice glass. Even a spoon. And we've got a couple different options of dishes as well that you can just plop down to dip. That being said, what you use for tasting depends on how you want to taste. In our tasting room, we have our cups and we use bread. You remember this bread is fantastic, huh? I know, we all miss the bread. So if you're going to be doing a dipping and tasting, you can use bread. We use gluten-free crackers. You could even use vegetables if you want to do the tasting. That's going to affect a little bit of how much olive oil you're tasting, but at least at that point, you are sticking with whatever gluten-free or other diet you might be part of. So whether you're sipping or dipping, these are all options. I did want to go over the fact that when you're using something like this, traditionally, the appropriate way to do tasting would be to put your palm at the bottom here. What that does is warm up the oil a little bit, cover up the other side, and then do a little swirling. So what this hand is doing is blocking those aromas, so you're going to be able to get the nuances as you go in for a taste. So those are all options, whether you are sipping or dipping. I'll remove all the breakable objects from me, just, because it's me. And let me know if you have any questions about any other items that you might be using. Is this okay? You get the gist though. I will say another thing that you can do right now that you can't do when you're in the tasting room really, or you could if you thought ahead. Pad, paper, write down notes. A private personal tasting like this means that you can go ahead and ask any question that belongs to you, that speaks to you, and then get those notes down, because then in the future you can go back and say, oh, this is the oil that had that pepper, this is where I felt it on my tongue, and that's what we want from a tasting. So pad, paper, pen, bottle of water. You might get throughout any of these tastings when we're bringing in the extra virgin olive oils or the EVOs, you might get that tickle in the back of the throat. That's the polyphenols that are in them, and that's what you want in an extra virgin olive oil. That's the good stuff. That's the good for you stuff. But it might give you a little bit of a so bring a water with you so that you can cleanse your palate as you're going as well. All right. So you're prepping. You're getting everything set up. Go ahead and ask me questions about setup if you need to. But I'm going to go ahead and jump straight into the tasting. All right, so I always, when we do a tasting, you guys probably, if you've been to our tasting room, any thumbs up? Have you been to our tasting room? If you have, then you know that we start with the EVOs, the extra virgin olive oils, and that's because you have a clean palate right now. So that's what we want. We're not going to be adding in any seasonings or vinegars right off the bat. We want you to just taste that pure, beautiful extra virgin olive oil. A little bit about us. Ooh, is there a question?
We're just getting some thumbs up from everybody.
Oh, fantastic. Yay, I love the thumbs ups. Okay, so, and we miss you guys, the ones that have been to our tasting room. We totally miss you. I know you miss us. We're hoping to see you guys soon. Right, yeah. So we'll start off with that extra virgin olive oil, EVO. A little bit about us. We are on 45 acres of olive trees, 11 different varieties, or no, we just planted some, so 12 different varieties of olives. And everything is hand-picked, tractored down to our mill, milled there, bottled there, released there. That's the beauty of our extra virgin olive oil. Everything is a state. It is not going anywhere else. It is scared to travel, and we like that about our little olives. The only time it travels is when it goes straight to you guys, straight into your kitchen. All right, so this is our cucina. Our cucina is a favorite because it is our smoothest, most mild, most buttery extra virgin olive oil. Make no mistake, if you take this and go into that kitchen of yours and pull out a store-bought brand and try to taste them side by side, I'm assuming you don't have any store-bought brands, silly me, but if you did, it will blow it out of the water. These are all award-winning olive oils, and you'll be able to taste why. So what we want you to do, you can do the little cuppy cup, swirl, swirl, you can do the dipping. When you sip, technically, to do the professional tasting, you'd be almost aerating the oil with your teeth, like with the teeth. So that's actually spraying the oil throughout your mouth, so it's hitting all of those taste buds and hitting different parts of your mouth so that your palate picks up all the different notes and nuances in the oil. So that I had it written down, it's strapaggio. So that's an Italian name for what that is, that aeration in your mouth. So you've got your cucina. This is fantastic for baking, for cooking, for drizzling. All of our extra virgin olive oils, all of our oils have a smoke point of 425. So you don't have to mess around with 9 different oils in your house. You just need like, oh, I've got this one for this heat and I've got this one for my salads. This does everything. So that's the beauty of it. I don't have any other oils in my house now. So when I'm baking, for example, if the recipe, or let's get real, if the box says veggie oil, I'm not going to be using veggie oil. First, don't have it. No. Second of all, this is going to completely upgrade anything I do, even if it comes from a box. So keep that in mind that you can use this across the board, which is beautiful. As you're tasting it, you're getting that smooth, buttery flavor. I don't want you to think that this is the little sister of the other 3 extra virgin olive oils we have. It is not. This is just as beautiful and has its right to be here as the other guys. This one's just that, it's called cucina. That's Italian for kitchen. It is just one of those hard workers in the kitchen. Is going to go across the board. So let's talk about the rest of the stuff that we have. We have the lemon. And let me know what you think about the cucina. Let me know if you have any questions about it, but I'm going to move on to the lemon for right now. This is made with Meyer lemons, the oil from the zest of the Meyer lemon. So that means that it goes beautifully, savory to sweet. You can cook with this, you can bake with it. I am a huge fan of this on veggies. So we're talking asparagus, artichoke, making aioli. Gosh, you can put it with meats, so fish works beautifully with this. Salmon is insane with our lemon olive oil. And lemon pepper chicken. Okay, so I've said enough. It works beautifully, but it also works when you're baking. So I've made blueberry muffins with this. Were they boxed? Maybe, possibly, but when the box calls for veggie oil, I use this instead, and then you get a dense, moist, just gorgeous blueberry muffin that has that sweetness and tartness that, blueberries and lemon just. I think we have a lemon blueberry loaf cake recipe that just went out to our club members just recently. So it's one of those pairings that's just fantastic together. So you've got that lemon olive oil. Go ahead and taste it, dip and taste it by itself. We also have all of its friends with us today. So yes, is there a question?
We do have a question.
Yeah.
Someone said, I was sent lemon garlic olive oil, which I love. Can you
Okay.
talk about it also?
Absolutely. So the lemon garlic is our Meyer lemon, but with garlic oil as well. So it doesn't do as much of the dessert items, but it has become a huge club favorite for everything under the sun, savory wise, because it works with linguine, it works with seafood, pastas, vegetables. I mean, it works. I use it in hummus. So yes, I won't say it's completely interchangeable, but it works for savory beautifully, just like this lemon one does, but with the upgraded garlic in it. Who doesn't like garlic? I mean, maybe the people who you're talking to afterwards, after cooking with it, but you know. So we've got that lemon, and let me know if I've answered your question or if you want me to go into more detail, because I will. You know, I'm all about detail. What I'm gonna do is bring out some friends. This is the lemon, and then if you can follow along with me, I'd love you to do this because this is kind of fun to do. If you have like a mini mason jar, or if you just want to get a mini cup and cup it up with your hand and shake it all together, this is our sparkling citrus. Sorry, I'm covering the label there. Put those two together. There we go. And shake it up. Give it a good little shake. This is like tasting sunshine. This is a beautiful salad dressing. The two of them together can do no wrong. Shake it up and give it a sip, or dip, or both. They are fantastic together, and it does have that brightness, so it works really well in salads that have fruit in them. It works really well just over rice even. Yeah, question?
We also had somebody comment that the lemon is really good for making vinaigrette.
Ooh, yes. Okay, yeah. Well, here we are. I mean, we can expand on this. You can start here with a salad dressing and then branch out and put some mustard in there. We've got 4 different mustards that are all fantastic that you can add in. The club shipment that's just out right now has a champagne garlic mustard that would kill in this. So yeah, you can start this as a base and then go wherever you want. And that's the beauty of making your own salad dressings. Once you start doing this, it's going to be really hard to go to the store because it won't be to your palate. It won't be as perfect as whatever you've made at home. So you can kind of see, maybe, that the consistency has kind of thickened up a little bit, and you're getting that beautiful kind of, it's emulsified a little bit because it's shaken up together. So these two together are a great salad dressing. You can also start adding in, we've got the seasonings here. Say you add a little bit of that spring blend in there. So these 3 together, the spring blend is dill focused. Let's talk about the seasonings. Dill focused, really bright, wonderful, works beautifully in sour cream. I've put it in cream cheese, mixed it in cream cheese, put it on a bagel and put smoked salmon on top of that. That's amazing. Again, yeah, salmon of all sorts, seafood of all sorts. The spring blend is just bright and beautiful. The seasonings that we get are all pulled together locally. It's these 2 sisters that do everything for us locally. So they kind of source responsibly and bring it all together and grow some of their own stuff. and the seasonings are just fantastic. Again, really fresh, nothing sitting in a warehouse for ages, and that's kind of the beauty of all of our stuff. All right, so taste the dill by itself, taste it in this blend right here. Because we've added a vinegar to our oil, this now becomes an amazing marinade as well. It's gonna tenderize meat. So if you put this in a Ziploc and tilapia or any type of fish in there, it's gonna sink in, break down that meat, leave it there for a couple hours, and then plop it in the grill or on a pan, and you've got a fantastic flavor profile. Is there a question?
We have another comment.
Comment.
One lady said, I can almost smell it here in Hawaii.
Oh, I love it. Yes, I know. I'm feeling bad. I feel like I should probably send her some stuff. I think this is why she's doing it. Hi, Mom. So this mixed together, fantastic for veggies, great for meats. We've got another friend. Oh, and let me talk about this guy. This is sparkling citrus. This is a mimosa in vinegar form. Did I get you? Yeah, I know. Me too. So it is sparkling white wine and oranges. We got a field trip to where this is made, and I got to see it being made. It was gorgeous to see these big slices of orange and that smell. Ugh. So again, made locally, so organic, fresh, gorgeous. Both of these, let's go into like the happy factor here. Both of these are fantastic as shrubs as well. So sparkling water, vodka, sparkling citrus. I know, how great does that sound with the heat going on? It's beautiful, and it's good for the stomach, right? Because we've got some vinegar going on, so great for the gut, and really low calorie, high flavor mix right there. So I know, it works on salads and it works in booze. Win-win. So we're bringing out the lemon again. This time I'm pouring it in my favorite dipping dish. This is the Mary Judge dish. We've got 4, there's a heart, there's a leaf, there's a cloud, there's a flower. I think this one's the cloud. And I love using this as a dipping dish because it just has this tiered effect. You can see the beauty of the olive oil, but also once you put some balsamic in there, it actually falls down to the bottom a little bit. So you can dip into the side and just get olive oil, or you can dip into the middle and get everything together. What I've done is put in the Blackberry Balsamic with the lemon olive oil. Those two together, and slow me down if I'm moving too fast. If you guys are like, wait, I need a dish to do this right now, slow me down. I'll just hang out, no worries. Those two together are gorgeous because you've got the tartness of that lemon and then the sweetness of the blackberry. Fantastic again for salads, summer salads that might have some berries in them. This is tried and true. I'm sure I'm talking to a lot of people who have already done this in their kitchen. But those two together, great as a dip, great for salads. Again, that blackberry balsamic, this, a good rye whiskey and some sparkling water, really good. You've got that nice sweetness from the blackberry, you've got that rye whiskey coming through. So think outside of the box when you've got these items, because it is amazing how many different things you can do with these. This guy works amazingly on vanilla ice cream. I know, right? I'm blowing your mind right now. So does the lemon olive oil as well. Lemon olive oil ice cream, have you tried that? There's so many different things that you can do with this stuff. Yes?
We have a question.
Yeah.
What ratio do you suggest for olive oil to vinegar?
I'm a huge fan of 50-50. Eyeballs, of course. That's how I live my life. But taste it. Do a little sampler. I've got a mini mason jar at home that I use. I do 50-50, shake it up, taste it, and then you can go from there. And that's why we sell everything separately, because each person has their own palate and will appreciate more of that tartness of the vinegar and more of the smoothness of the oil. So it's gonna be up to you. Start 50-50 and then work at it from there. I don't want to leave this guy out, the lemon pepper blend. I was a massive believer that I did not like lemon pepper. I had a family member that cooked everything in lemon pepper, and I felt like I had my fill at about age 10. So I did not think I liked lemon pepper. It turns out I do when it's made correctly, made well. I don't want to point fingers, but this is fantastic. This has got little pieces of lemon rind in there. This has got peppercorns in there. I'm gonna put it out on this plate. I don't know if you guys can see the beauty of this, but it is just aesthetically gorgeous as a seasoning. And then what I love about this, I take that and the lemon olive oil, and I toss them together with either broccoli or Brussels sprouts or cauliflower. Toss them together and then roast them up. What I love about this lemon pepper is that every time you bite down, you're hitting a different flavor note. You're getting the lemon, that bright lemon zest from the pieces of lemon in there. You're getting that pepper. There's some garlic in there, so you're getting all of these great flavors. You know what you're not getting though? Is salt, because this lemon pepper blend actually does not have any salt in it. So there are a lot of people who are watching their sodium level, and this is a great blend to have because it is not lacking flavor, it is just lacking salt. If you do want to add some salt, we do have that roasted garlic salt that we featured last week that is beautiful to add with this. So you can if you want to, but it is not necessary, trust me. It just is a standalone beauty. So those two together, fantastic you can just rub that on a steak, you can put it on chicken, they just work really well together. What I will say is that this blend of the lemon and that blackberry, again, I mentioned Brussels sprouts, the sweetness of the balsamic with the Brussels sprouts is just amazing. So toss them up, roast them up, you won't go back. And healthy, yes, something that tastes good and is healthy, that's always a win. All right, so how are you guys doing at home? Thumbs up if you guys are doing well, following along. I'm loving the questions and I love the comments. That is exactly, that feeds me, that's what I need. I'm not used to just talking to myself, and I feel I'm talking to you guys, of course, but I want to make sure that you guys are getting all your questions answered. I want to make sure also that you know that if you are loving these bits and pieces and figure, you know what, I could probably go through this in a few months. We do have a club. It's free to join. It means you get 10% off almost all of our products, including that olive oil. And we've got 3 shipment times, and you can pick and choose. You can tweak the shipments, so it's whatever works for you. We've got some great olive oil soap, olive oil lotion, we've got hand sanitizer, we've got all different goodies in there that you can bundle up and create your own shipment. You also get a recipe book. So if I'm spouting off recipes or ideas to you and you're saying, whoa, slow down, I need to write it all down, this has a good amount of great recipes in it. So you'll be able to fall back on this, ta-da, as your go-to when you're looking at your oil and thinking, what do I want to do with you tonight? So this is kind of the thank you for joining the club gift, and then you continue to get recipes that grow this to, and you can pick and choose them and create your own, basically your own recipe book. So keep that in mind as well. I want to make sure I've covered everything. Is there a question?
We're getting a lot of thumbs up from everybody. And also someone said, everything is so good. The lemon olive oil and citrus vinegar is awesome.
Yes, isn't it really? I mean, you start there and then your brain starts going out and starts thinking about what else you can do with it. And it is surprising. I will say I've been using these pour spouts and I haven't talked about them. These are the ones that we have at the tasting room. They're weighted so they fall back down. If you do have 1 or 2 favorite olive oils, don't keep them right next to the heat. Obviously, that's one of the big enemies of olive oil. But if you do keep it on your counter, you will be surprised at how much it goes on to. The cucina, for example, on popcorn, is amazing because it does have that nice buttery flavor to it, and then you can add some spring blend to that, and you've got a gorgeous, gorgeous blend. Ooh, speaking of a nice blend, these two together, the spring blend and the sparkling citrus together, if you slice up some cucumbers and put this and this in a Ziploc or a Tupperware with the cucumbers, put them in there and let them soak up, it's going to hit your sweet taste buds, your salty taste buds. You're going to get that crunch. It's like you're eating potato chips. You psych yourself out a little bit, but super healthy and bright and fresh. So do that. It is surprisingly good. I know you guys have a cucumber in your crisper that you're like, what am I going to do with this? I don't really know how to interact with this. Try it. It is fantastic. Let's see. I want to make sure that I've covered everything. Timing, where are we at?
We're at 2:26 right now.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, so a little bit more about us. We have award-winning olive oil. I wanted to tell the mafia story at the beginning, but I was afraid I was going to run out of time. So everybody gather around, kids. I'm going to talk about the mafia. So it turns out that there's a lot of counterfeit olive oil out there. Some of you might know that. Some of you are being like, what? Why? What? There's a lot of money to be made from that export of olive oil, namely from Italy. So what's been happening is the mafia got involved, saw how much money was being made, said, we want in on that, but started cutting olive oil, treating it like a common street drug, cutting it with soybean oil, veggie oil, canola oil, fillers basically. So it was adulterated, and then selling that mainly to us. So there's really not a good way to hammer down how to find that. UC Davis has done studies and found, I think it was they studied 15 extra virgin olive oils, and I think only one came through as good to go on all aspects. So it's kind of concerning, and these were all store-bought. So you have to do your research if you are going to go to the store. I know after tasting this stuff, you're not going to the store. You're just going to touch base with us, and we love that. But tell your friends, if you go to the store, really do your research on what stuff you buy, because there is a lot of adulteration going on. It is one of the top most counterfeit food products out there, so you do want to be aware of where it comes from. That's what I love about us, is that we're so transparent. You can come to the ranch. You can soon. You can come to the ranch with your mask on and visit and see where the olives are grown and see how the whole process happens. And you can come during harvest and you can see it all happen and taste the oil coming out of the spout. It is fantastic. If you're not an olive oil lover now, trust me, that's exactly how we're going to get your heart. Yes, question?
We have a question. What's in the spring blend?
The spring blend. Okay, so I can rattle off a few things, but I want to make sure I answer you fully, so I'm actually going to read it. Kosher salt, dill, basil, parsley, mustard, celery, black pepper, garlic, and onion. So I've actually used this. I used to, I'm kind of a recovering ranch addict, if you will. I used to put ranch on everything. It turns out I'm 7. Go figure. So I've actually ended up using this with sour cream or Greek yogurt as my go-to ranch dressing for dips, for veggies, that sort of stuff. So it has that kind of nod to that flavor, but a little bit more broad and a little bit classier, I guess. So you can use this as, on fish as a nice mild flavor, or you can use it in, the sour cream as a fun picnic dip. So it kind of has a nice broad spectrum. All right, so I feel like you guys are tasting. Are your mouths full? Are your fingers greasy? Is that why you're not asking questions? I get it. But I feel like I've covered a lot of these products. What's nice is if you have been following along, we had our tasting last week. That was the basil and the Tuscan. And the, let me see, the sweet basil plum balsamic and the Tuscan balsamic. So we had those guys and that spicy Italian blend and the roasted garlic sea salt. So some fantastic flavors there. That is on our Facebook as well. This will also be on our Facebook. So you can revisit that tasting and go check it out if you want to, if you're bought in now and you're like, oh, now I really want to get in on that stuff. But between that and this, if you are going to be following us next week, you will be halfway to the bundle for next week. We are not doing a tasting bar next week. We are, I'm like pretty excited about this. One of the restaurants that I send a lot of people to is, we're partnering with them. We're working with Thomas Hill Organics and executive chef Libri to work together, pair our goodies with his genius chef mind, and he's going to be cooking a summer salad for us. So what's going to happen is he's going to be using some of our products in that salad, and you'll be able to cook along with him. I know if you've been to Thomas Hill, this is kind of big. And you'll be able to create his summer salad along with him. I'm going to be hosting it. We're going to be going back and forth, so you'll be able to watch him work his magic. I'm super excited about this. The products that are going to be used will be the black lava sea salt. If you've come to our tasting room, I know you're in love with it because it's gorgeous. It also works really well on like Bloody Marys and margaritas, but we'll put that to the side and we'll keep focused on this salad. So the black lava sea salt, let's see, the basil olive oil. So that's the olive oil that we did the tasting with last week. So you probably already have that in your kitchen right now. So try not to use it all between now and next Friday so that you have some to cook along with us. And that sparkling citrus vinegar, you have it right there. Yeah, look, see, it's right next to you. So you've already got some of your bundle. So we're doing the sparkling citrus, the basil, that black lava sea salt, and the California blend extra virgin olive oil. So like I've said, we have 4 extra virgin olive oils. We've tasted 2 of them. The California is the third. So he's going to be using that one in the salad as well. So we have that bundle together online for you, and we will be giving you the recipe as well so that you can join us and actually make a Thomas Hill organic salad right there in your house with an executive chef. Yeah, I know, it's kind of exciting. Question.
Will you remind us about how to use the citrus vinegar in cocktails?
Oh, yes, of course. Let's talk about my favorite subject. So the sparkling citrus, I'm sure there are fancier ways to use them in cocktails, use this in cocktails because, and with that being said, we will be down the line after some of the chef interactions that we're having. We're also going to be working with some distilleries to make cocktails. So if this interests you, stick with us because we're going to be doing some pairing up with some local distilleries and making some cocktails with our goodies. So that should be a lot of fun. But this, honestly, some sparkling water and some, I would say vodka, if you're trying to keep it kind of low cal. There's a lot of those skinny can drinks right now. This is kind of an upgraded form of that because you are getting that vinegar for the tummy. So you're getting that great flavor. It's really refreshing, and it's a low cal kind of alternative to just grabbing a margarita. Not hating on that either. So that's where I would start off. Again, you can use a flavored vodka. You can use a little bit of triple sec on the top. You can kind of branch out from there, a little bit of grenadine. You can do whatever you'd like, but that's my go-to. Yeah, and then you can branch out from there. And then let us know. Tell us if you have created a fantastic concoction. Take a picture of us. Do the little tag us. At Pasolivo, look at my amazing concoction. This is the time where we're stuck at home right now. Doll it up, make it pretty, take a picture, let us know how fantastic you are at making cocktails. And we might be talking to you about pairing up. So yeah, that's how I would do it. question.
How much vinegar to vodka?
Ooh, that is definitely to taste, because I don't know if you've tried kombucha, and when you do first taste it, it tastes really bitter and sour, and then as you drink it and you kind of balance out, your acids balance out, and the flavor, that bitterness kind of goes away. It's the same kind of concept with vinegars. So taste it, pour, taste. I'd start off with probably maybe I'm talking cooking, like tablespoon. I think you're, as bartenders, you're supposed to speak ounces. I would say a half shot glass. What is that? Half ounce? I'm not a good bartender. Again, I just eyeball things. So if anybody knows the answer, go ahead and hop on and answer that if there's a bartender watching and shaking their head right now. So I would say to taste. So go ahead, put in like a tablespoon of it, taste it, see how it goes, and then add a little bit more as you go. Because one day your drink might taste, okay, a tablespoon is fine. The next day, 2 tablespoons. Or maybe the next round, depending on, if it's a Friday or Tuesday or whatever day today is. I don't know. Any other questions? No. All right, so Friday, May 29th. Hey, newsflash, we're at the end of May already. What? I know. So May 29th, that is next Friday. We are going to be pairing up with Executive Chef Libri from Thomas Hill Organics here in Paso Robles. It's a big deal. So again, go on our website. The bundle will be there. His recipe will be there, and you'll be able to cook along with us. I'll be watching. Don't worry. I won't mess his jive up. And let me see. I want to make sure I've covered everything. We'd love to get your feedback on if you're liking this, if you want to do more of this. Keep in mind, if you like this, if you're just following along, you can now buy this bundle and re-follow it with the tasting. You can get this bundle, send it to a friend, and then send the Facebook link to them and say, hey, I just thought you'd like to do this. We're getting a lot of requests for businesses. So there's a lot of people stuck in their home office and missing happy hours with their coworkers. And this is kind of more of a work appropriate happy hour. So we can all do a tasting with your coworkers together. So we're going to be doing a few of those already. We'd love to pair up with you guys if you want to do something a little bit outside of the box and healthy for you, and then you have these items at home to then branch out and do new and fun, healthy cooking. I think I have covered it. Do you think I've covered it, guys? You think I covered it? Let us know if you have any questions. Please, we just love our club members. We love everybody who's hopped on, friends, family, and all sorts. So touch base with us if you have any questions. We'll be here for you. Our downtown store location is open for curbside, and if you want to ask any questions, you can just call us down there, and we'll be happy to help. Mention that you saw me online, and check in about that club if that sounds interesting to you, because it is a fun gift to give yourself or to others. Okay? I think we're done. Yeah? Thank you for spending your Friday with me. Enjoy the rest of your day. Go make yourself that cocktail and let us know how you like it. Bye, guys.